This video lesson covers Chapter 3 in JS Tutorial for Marketing, Promoting Outdoor Living's Target Market in Florida. This chapter and exercise cover the Outdoor Living Company, which is an established producer of recreational living products outside. It includes RVs and tents and things like that. It has introduced a new model, and it is designed to attract families to camping who haven't been there before. They've specified a middle income family household range with their campaign, and they're going to use three components of a promotional campaign to try and reach that group: media advertising, a direct mail effort, and outdoor shows. So the marketing problem in this case is to maximize the effectiveness of that campaign with a focus on Florida by looking for concentrations of target market families for each of those three components of the marketing mix. We're going to use GIS in this process to identify concentrations of target markets in counties, households in counties, so that we can reach the highest number of families with our advertising campaigns. For the direct mail campaign, we're going to take a look at zip codes and try and concentrate on those with the highest concentration, that is the highest percentage of families in the target market, so we maximize the percentage of our mailing that goes to target households. And then we're going to use some geographic and market concentration criteria in the Tampa area to try and figure out where best to house our outdoor shows for this promotional campaign in that area. And we will complete the exercise by designing map documents which you would incorporate inside a Microsoft Word report to support those decisions. So then in task 1, the first approach that we'll take is to load various maps of the state of Florida, and then in the thematic mapping exercise to look at the distribution of key demographic variables across the state, so that we can kind of anticipate where concentrations of target populations might be. As you do this, it's also a good idea to zoom in to various portions of the state so you can see different levels of concentration or distribution of demographic variables throughout the state. So here's a family household map of the whole state by county, but you can also zoom into the Tampa area and get this view of per capita income within that census tract, so you can see where concentrations of income are in the Tampa area. In task 2, we move to the specific activities that are related to the promotional campaign, and we do that by identifying the 10 counties in Florida with the largest number of family households in the target market. We want to do a map which identifies where they are and figure out how many households are going to be affected by this media campaign. Now, this is traditional broadcast, radio, television, and even print media that we're going to be using to do that. So we would select the counties with the highest number of target market families. You see them highlighted here, indicate in the table, and then calculate the number of families in that category. The next component of our campaign is a direct mail campaign. Since we are going to be sending flyers at our cost to households across the state, we want to make sure that the highest percentage of those mailings go to targeted households as possible. So we're going to concentrate now on zip codes, and we move from the number of families in the target market when we evaluate zip codes to the percentage of families in the target market when we do that. So we'll repeat the procedure that we've just done, except now we'll focus on the zip code geography, and we will concentrate also on the percentage of families in the target market measure rather than the total numbers. And as we do that, you'll see that those zip codes are distributed something like this around the state, and just as we did in the past with the counties, we will calculate the number and percentage of families that we're going to reach in that mailing effort. Then in task 4, we focus on the outdoor show portion of our promotional effort. We're going to specifically look at the Tampa area in Hillsborough County, and here we need to identify retail outlets which typically sponsor outdoor shows, and we're going to be able to support our product in 4 of those shows. So what we want to do is identify 4 shows that are serving, each of which serves a portion of the population or an area in Hillsborough County that has a significant number of target market families in the vicinity. We know from past shows that families and family members will typically travel about 2 miles to get to a show, to see a show. And so here are all the outdoor stores that have shows in the Hillsborough County area and a 2-mile radius around those. You see the one highlighted in blue here. those are stores that are selected. I think you can also see that this is a pretty bad selection. So what you'll do in this portion of the report is to identify 4 stores that are roughly distributed around the Hillsborough County area, so that we have some geographic distribution of this promotional effort, but also are located near census tracts that have high numbers of target market families within them to get as many people as possible at the shows. We've now performed the 3 areas of analysis for the 3 components of the promotional mix, and now what we need to do is pull those together into a recommendation and a document which summarizes our finding and makes our specific recommendations for which zip codes, counties, and outdoor stores are going to be included. So in task 5, you'll restate your recommendations briefly, and you'll explain how the process of using GIS to target those areas have increased the effectiveness of each of those 3 components of the local marketing campaign. And then we're going to design 2 maps using layout view to illustrate the decisions that we've made. This one targets the counties for the media campaign, and this one targets zip codes for the direct mail campaign. And we build those directly into Word documents. You'll print those and include them in your final report. So if we're going to move beyond these basic applications, here are some of the things we could do. We use some fairly basic segmentation demographic data here. We could use a much broader range of that data that's available to us from ESRI and other sources to broaden the range of characteristics that we can include in our segmentation analysis. We can expand it to include lifestyle data, including the Tapestry segmentation system. And this is something we'll do later in the semester in some of the other exercises. We also are not working from a customer base here, but if we had a list of existing customers, that would allow us to become more involved and use more sophisticated tools for segmentation and positioning. And then we could expand our analysis to include more automated, more extensive, more comprehensive packages such as Business Analyst. And then, as you see in the book, you'll see applications by the Telephone Company of Peru and Western Exterminator, which illustrate how these things are done. So, those are the tasks and reporting responsibilities in the outdoor living case in Chapter 3 of GIS Tutorials for Marketing.